First and foremost, let's never get away from showing appreciation, humbling thyself to the Creator's will, and understanding we wouldn't be here without help, assistance, if you will, mercy, grace, these type of things, that old type of jazz. Shouts out to all those that do what they do, aren't wavered or moved by the crowd, don't need others to, you know, be in their truth.
Was a long clip, but I wanted to show you that. And there was a lot of red flags here.
I'm gonna take you back to this one. Listen to what he asked these women. How many times did light come up?
We're typically expected to court women, approach women, ask them out on dates, maybe pick them up, pay for dates, make the first move, etc. What are women expected to do to build a relationship? So I'm talking about that initial stage. What are women expected to do?
Wait, so are we saying that like he takes you out on a date?
No, he's like, I feel like when you're like, let's say like the first date, like usually on a first date, like a guy picks you up, like he takes you there and he's like expected to pay, but like what are like you expected to do, kind of like in these like dating like
You're
Like-
just
like-
be
like-
yourself. Be yourself. Like, are you expected to impress him? Do you want to do a party trick? I don't know.
I feel like
Oh man. Do you know what? My friends tell me all the time, Sam, I don't know how you watch these videos. I don't know either. And I think the more I watch, the more brain cells I'm losing. And I don't really have any words for this one, but I just see a panel of a bunch of clueless girls. They don't know what to bring, but they don't want to bring anything either. That's the thing.
I'm 35, never been married, no kids, and I'm waiting on my person. I've never online dated, hinged, Tindered, bumbled, mingled, and don't plan to because I just don't have the time. I will tell you, I have high expectations for myself, and I will have them for that man that comes alongside me and wants to run this life race. Admittedly, I am quite independent and an alpha female, but not like the ball-breaking, domineering type. I'm a woman of service, I love people, and I get spread quite thin and go all kinds of directions in my city. But I just need that man who can literally just be there right alongside me. So Steve, do you think my independent alpha female mentality comes off too strong?
What a load of crap! An alpha woman, extremely independent, but you want a man that's more alpha male than you are, and you want to know if he's out there.
Well, yeah, like the faith-filled, I need like a Scottie Pippen to my MJ. Like I'm MJ, like Michael Jordan, and I need that Scottie Pippen that's gonna toss me the ball.
Wait.
Like come alongside me.
No, ain't nobody finna.
Like a teammate.
No, ain't no man finna do that. I don't think the problem is that you've had 3 long-term relationships from 3 great guys. Most people can't say that.
Right.
I think it's you.
Okay, so when I say I have high expectations, they're from like here to heaven. So I wake up, read devotion, read Bible, I have a master's degree, then I have a small volunteer-ran nonprofit, like strictly volunteer-ran nonprofit. So I'm quite busy, and a principal of a middle school.
Okay.
So quite busy.
Yeah.
So like, but I can make time for a man. I mean, I cook, I will go out, get dolled up, I can do all that.
Okay.
But I just need someone that can support me.
I know that was a long clip, but I wanted to show you that. And there was a lot of red flags here. And there's a reason why she's reached that age and she's not married and had no kids. But she still doesn't realise that she is the problem. It sounds like to me, she's looking for a wife. If she really wants to find the man of her dreams, as she says, she needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror. She needs to make some changes. But let me know what you think of that. What do you think she needs to do to find a man? Let me know in the comments.
If he mentions Kevin Samuels or the Passport Bros. If she follows Drew Follow, run for the hills. If she doesn't have a father, run for the hills. If she doesn't believe men are the prize or supposed to be leaders, run for the hills. If she doesn't believe that it's happy couple, happy life, run for the hills. Men, if she doesn't go to the gym, run for the hills. If she doesn't know how to cook home cooked meals, run for the effing hills. If she doesn't know what nurturing is, run for the hills. If she doesn't know 5 love languages, run for the hill. If she cannot name 10 books, run for the hills. If her whole identity is social media and posting bikini pictures for the whole world to see and seeking validation, run for the hills, papita.
Man, you know how many women would see this shit, see her instantly and be like, this bitch, and try to dissect what she look like, her tats, her weight, whatever, her hair, her eyebrows looking pretty goddamn good. I don't know what them I can't see them lashes all that well, but instead of knowing that she talking about y'all ass and saying, well, I'm a hit dog, that's why this shit is triggering me. Hit dogs holler. A little bit louder than that maybe, but hey, I'm not a hit dog, so shit, I don't know how to make the noise.
Diciendo ahorita, córrale. If this woman says, oh, I believe in equality, but never splits anything with you, run for the hill. She thinks going out and drinking and partying all the time is a lifestyle, run for the hills. If she thinks, hey babe, go ahead and put on a different outfit for me, is controlling, run for the hills. Go.
Out of all available women and all available men, 80% of available women have...
Please listen to this, man. I've been on record saying this, that it's about 500 to 700 dudes that's fucking the majority of the women in the greater Atlanta and surrounding areas and states. These boys got income. These boys is the scammers. These boys is the drug dealers. These boys is the niggas who getting it so quick with no job to go to and the time and the energy to kick shit, because they do shit that doesn't require 8, 9, 10 hours a day of focus and attention and effort to. It's only so many of them niggas, because Wall Street brokers and cryptocurrency niggas is busy. They're on a plane doing shit, handling business. This nigga off old Nat at a day party. Again. Yeah, like he got the time, he got the energy, he got the look, he got the money, he got the resources. That's not every dude. Most of these dudes at work. Monday through Friday, and maybe the weekend if he got to work like that. They at work. They don't got time to goddamn be tricking off, fucking. Who they fucking? They tired. Work 12 hours. Don't make enough to have a car. Make enough to have a car, but not pay the insurance on it. Make enough to have a car and the insurance, but can't keep gas in the motherfucker because he works so far. No help, no family, no tricking off, nobody paying for shit, nobody giving you, hey, let me give you a couple 500 up front till your first paycheck get here so you know what I'm saying, won't be in the red all the way and be using them credit cards and different shit to... Niggas could care less how a man is surviving or existing. As long as he can pay something for me. He can pay for something, he can get some pussy. Because their idea is, I gave it to niggas who didn't give me shit. I definitely gonna give it to a nigga who be giving me shit.
Thanks, hey babe, go ahead and put on a different outfit for me. Is controlling, run for the hills. Go.
Out of all available women and all available men, 80% of available women have sex. 20% of available men have sex, right? So what does that tell you? Women are sharing their men. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're monogamous, but you're lying to yourself and somebody's lying to you.
Say, look, you know what's crazy about the situation? They done got dressed up, hit the club early so they didn't have to pay because they don't got no money. And then they're going to require you to have money so that you can talk to them. That is so crazy to me because they're not going to be a traditional woman. That would make sense if you was overseas and they were doing things traditionally. But over here, nah, they're not going to be submissive. It don't make no sense. And then they don't even know how to really get a man. They just got to sit there and hopefully you make the approach. Patrice O'Neal had a great piece about it. I'm about to let y'all listen to it.
I don't think that the woman chooses the guy.
No.
Long live Patrice, man. Patrice and Corey Holcomb gave me hope that I wasn't alone. They gave me confirmation. Elephant in the Room gave me confirmation that it's okay. Corey Holcomb, Book of Corinthians stand up and Your Way Ain't Working. Classic. And all of Patrice shit on the talk shows, on the call-in show he used to do, Dr. Blackfield, all that shit.
Now, Jack, let me say what you do. You choose, but it's not a choose like we choose. You choose, it's almost an unsatisfying feeling, your choice, because you have to choose as if you're scratching a lottery ticket, meaning you survey the land and go, he's nice, and your skill, this is what I mean, your skill is to stand there and go, I'll get his attention so that he comes over with his skills. Because you have no skill to get a man. Your skill is your beauty. You don't know how to get a dude. You don't know how to talk your way into nothing. You don't know how to talk your way into happiness. You never had to move and shake and talk and figure out and get rejected on a regular basis. And see, there's something that you got to understand. That's not your existence. So of course not, you don't choose a guy. A guy chooses you and you choose to go,
I actually did.
Bro, I swear it is such a tragedy that Patrice O'Neal is not here to help men navigate this world, bro. He was literally ahead of his time. I don't know where he got the game from, but whoever he got it from, or if he came up with it himself, it don't matter. This man was a gem. What he said is so true. I always knew that, but the way he explained it made it make sense. You don't have any skills to get no man. Your skill is to sit there, look good enough for him to make the approach. Make yourself open for the approach. That's the only skill y'all have. Let's keep it real.
You really gotta hear this video through. Don't just skip, right? So I used to always.
Ladies, if y'all don't do nothing else, if you don't do shit else, if you don't do shit for a man, if you don't go wash your ass or work out, please listen to what this young lady says. Please listen to her. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Just listen to her and do what she did. Embrace it. Take it in. Take it on. Let it take hold.
Say like, oh, men don't like women anymore. They're weird now. Like, I'm not saying that they're bisexual or gay or anything like that. I'm just saying they don't like women anymore. But that was me being unaware of myself. So now that I feel like I'm becoming aware of myself and becoming aware of my habits, I wouldn't like women either. Like, the shit that we be doing, it's exhausting. It's really exhausting. And it's like, I wouldn't text you back either. I would mislead you too, because it's emotionally draining dealing with women who aren't aware of themselves. Like, you wanting everything from me is gonna drain a man if I'm a man. I understand that might not make sense, but I'm saying if I'm a man and a woman comes to me and she's expecting all these things from me and she doesn't even give them to herself, I wouldn't like your ass either. Yes, you're fine, you're attractive, but you're looking for me to validate your entire existence through a relationship. You're literally looking for me to validate everything about you through me while I'm still trying to figure out me. I wouldn't like me either as a man. I swear to God I wouldn't. We have to do better as women, loving on ourselves, because we don't love them properly, because we don't love ourselves properly.
Let me see if it'll let me do it. Hey Siri, play Jaded by Drake.
I couldn't find Jaded by Drake in your Apple Music library.
Yes, you can. Dog ass motherfucker. That's fine.
They finally starting to understand what we be talking about, bro. This one here is taking accountability. She realized that, man, damn, if I was a man, I wouldn't even want a woman like myself. That's true self-reflection right there. And she's growing. She might make somebody a good wife or a partner or something later down the line, you know. More women need to take a page out of her notebook.
As a man, I feel like if you are a man and you post on your Instagram stories, that makes you a slut.
Are you dumb?
You're a whore to me. You know, because posting on your Instagram story, that's peak horny activity.
Well, tell me I show some respect around here.
What? Because you're only doing that to try to get... You post a selfie, you trying to convince that you cute. You post an infographic about Israel and Palestine. You trying to get opinionated poli-sci. You post a picture of your fiance on your Instagram story. You just letting them know who they gotta hide from.
God damn!
I know that you're trying to get buttons. You ain't slick, sir.
As somebody who had an affair, one of the hardest things for me with the recovery was when the fog actually lifts and you can't help but think, what the F was I thinking? When you realize you almost gave up your entire family for a pipe dream, for a fantasy, it can hit like a ton of bricks. And even now, when it's been several years later, it can still sometimes hit me when we're having a really good time. I can look at my family and be like, holy crap, I almost lost everything for my selfish, hurting self and wanting to run from my own issues. And it took so much time to get healthy again. So if you're on that line, flirting with coworker, messaging with an old flame, run now. Take my advice and the advice from several people who lived it.
I guess. Self-reflection of your wrongdoings, or it really seems like you're more like you said you had an affair. So are you making this video to talk about sustaining the discipline and self-respect for yourself, being honest, being all the shit you want? Are you doing it to stop a girl from making the horrible decision you made? Or are you only saying this because the dude you had an affair with, shit didn't go the way you wanted it to go? And you were forced to go back home, but you would have kept that shit going if he didn't, cut that thing short.
And locked it. It's not worth it. Get out and get therapy now.
You had an affair and you up here telling us one of the hardest things for you. You the person that did wrong. The guy should be up here telling us this. It's funny how they come up here and make themselves sound like the victim when you ruined your life. You did all of this. Nobody told you to lay down. This doesn't sound like accountability to me. This sounds like, I'm going to tell you a few things and I want you to feel sorry for me. I cheated because this, that, and the third.
Listen, your wife has a flesh just like you. She may not tell you, but men and women are not that different. Really? Bruh, a woman can be just as cold, if not colder than a man. What does Proverb 5:3 say about the adulterous woman? I mean, it says her speech is smoother than oil. That means she can say some things that drive a man crazy. It's a reason why we're told to stay on a path far from her. But I don't understand. I knew brothers with a lot of women, and it seemed like the brothers was running things. Yeah, but I bet those brothers were spending some money too, weren't they? Well, yeah. Listen, women like that know how to make a man feel like a giant. But the whole time he's their puppy. They'll make you think you're in charge until they're done using you. You hear me? Yeah. And what does Proverb 30 verse 20 say? She eats and wipes her mouth and says I've done nothing wrong. Zero accountability. She'll do all of that to you and make you think it's your fault. Now, a lot of these women have been hurt by people and they don't realize the damage that they've done. Yeah. So we pray for them. But you have a good woman.
Women who really think they could survive without men on the planet Earth is insane. I'm just keeping it 100. I want to be with the man, not with the woman. I'm sorry. I'm not going that way. No. Women who...
who do you think is a female role model? That will tell me a lot about you. Go
A
ahead.
female role model for me?
Give me a female role model, yeah, that you think
I
is
would
one.
say Beyonce.
Incredible.
I would have to.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, like, that's the person I want. Like, the person that I strive to be is somebody that's discreet. And I also, like, you know what I mean? Somebody that's
See, here's the thing
discreet
about
and, like,
Beyonce, because I talked about this in my book in a chapter.
Discreet.
She is probably one of the biggest con women ever. She tells y'all strong and independent. She tells you guys, all the single ladies, she tells you guys, I can have another you in a minute, blah, 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 blah. But guess what happened? She went ahead and married Jay-Z, who has a higher net worth than her, okay? When he cheated on her, she ain't going nowhere, right? And she's still with him. So she tells you and sells you the lie of feminism and being single and you can replace and all this other bullshit. Meanwhile, when it actually happened to her, she folded. So Beyonce is not a good role model. If you're gonna follow her like mantra, if you follow her actions, maybe that's one thing. But what she sells y'all versus what she does are two different things.
I like you, man. You know what's crazy though? Myron is spot on with this one, man. Sometimes I think he's over the top, but at the same time, every once in a while I do hear him drop a bar, and that was a bar because it's no different than Cardi B not allowing her children to listen to the music that she produces. It's no different than when rappers talk about people and doing things of that while they're sending their kids to the best schools in the country and getting them inside of secret society clubs and things of that nature while they're teaching your kids to do the wrong thing. So, you know, these celebrities are not to be made out of role models. That's just supposed to be for entertainment purposes. But when you are subjecting the music to younger people whose minds are impressionable, they don't understand it. Like he said, Beyonce did tell you to be an independent woman. She did say she wanted a soldier, which a lot of women took that song and started dating street dudes. You know, things of that nature. Personal level, ugly to you may not be ugly to him. But what I will say is this: you wouldn't listen to Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey, y'all, come look at
being at a basketball game one day, and something happened, and my husband's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to the refs." And the mom sitting next to me was like, "Oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't say anything mean or something like that." And I was like, I looked at her and I said, "He is the best person I know. He would never." And the next day she said, she'd been married much longer than me, and she was like, "I've never thought of my husband as the best person I know."
Come on now, dog. Come on.
Who is he then? To you.
And she said, "You changed the way I look at my husband." And I was just being me because he is the best person I know.
Now you're gonna make me cry.
He did. I don't want there to be, but I don't have to qualify my love for that man. But he loves me with everything in him that is love, and I wish that for everybody. I wish you to be able to see your mate like and accept your mate for who he is and love him.
You know what I got out of this? A lot of women do not appreciate a good man. I never looked at my husband like, come on, man.
What you
Why
talking
did you marry
about?
a guy? You're
Fuck
supposed
you
to
mean?
look at him in high esteem.
Story time. Story time. Story time. Excuse me. I'm back. I've had several married women lie to me in my face. Like blatantly lie to me. Talking about I ain't never felt this way about a man before in my life. I said, not even your husband. You whole silly as fuck, man. I mean, let's just be frank. And my name's Boss. Let's just be frank. And my name is Boss. What do you whole be talking about, man? What they be talking about, man? Why they get to talk? You should be put down for this shit, man. People will put you down somewhere else if you were behaving this way. Someone would put you down for behaving and exuding this type of these characteristics openly for all to see, embarrassing yourself, embarrassing your family. Yes. Oh, despicable. Excuse me. You women told me this. These folk were married. Or still married. Talking about, I never felt no way about. I got asked by a woman in her home with their wedding picture over to the right. She right here on the couch. The nigga Air Force Ones was on the floor by the cap, you know. As I'm playing, you know, on the Xbox 360, I got an account on that motherfucker. On the game system, I had my own. That's how much I was over here, man. I had to stop backsliding, man. I'm up in these folk home, and these folks say, hold my hand and say, man, what's up with me and you? I say, what's up with that nigga getting off at the other time he get off? What you talking about, man? Y'all got a fresh new baby. You want me to be the reason why you and your husband that you chose without me knowing shit about you choosing this shit? You ain't gonna fight your tooth and nail and do whatever you gotta do to keep that man. She grabbed my hand. What's up? I didn't talk to her again for a long time. And when I did, she said she felt all type of ways. And I'm like, you're pulling up with me in the car while you pick your daughter up from daycare and she's an infant. You're not worried about nobody seeing that I'm not your husband? Or he don't take her at all. Or he not on the emergency pickup list if something happened to you. It's a child, bitch. It's not a designer bag or a watch or your eyelashes or your hairpiece that you wear. Bitches love to talk shit about niggas, but y'all bitches wear hairpieces, man. Y'all bitches ain't got a hairpiece on, bitch. Some of y'all
want this man to be your husband, provider, and
tough sledding.
Protector. Women have to be taught how to appreciate men and how to be good wives. You would think that when a man says, I want to give you the ultimate commitment, put you in the highest position that a woman can be put in, that you would cherish that moment and cherish him as a man. But man, I swear, just in 2023, bro, that's not what I be seeing half the time.
Welcome to Trick Tales. So as some of you may or may not know, I used to be a dom.
Nasty bitch.
And so if you're squeamish or sensitive in any way, I would highly recommend leaving now.
All right, today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out.
So I get to the house, it's nice, whatever. He opens the door looking completely normal. So I walk in, we begin to chat, and he hands in the donation, okay, cool. So I go to...
Yep, nice and slow.
I leave. That's all we have.
Piece of change. When the going gets tough, the tough gets the. That's basically what I'm getting out of this.
You got condoms?
No, I don't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, no.
You gonna put out?
Yes.
This one here is funny to me because I just dropped some people off on a cruise. I ain't trying to incriminate no good soldiers or nothing, but bro, y'all dudes is wild. If this how y'all out here rocking, bro, this is 2023. They got plenty of ways to track your ass down, bro. Don't set yourself up. She might take 5 years to find you, like the IRS, but they coming, I promise you that. What you doing tonight?
Tonight, I gotta sleep. I have work in the morning.
I was thinking about this girl. I was getting real sad and shit. Then I just need to put my glasses on. You know what I'm saying? She not the one for me. She really just, she belongs to the script.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
I had a long day.
You're done.
I'm like,
You're done.
yeah, what are you gonna do?
You're done. No, but I'm saying like you're done.
You know what? Kai did the right thing. But let me tell y'all something. If the girl really like you, bro, she'll go to work or school with 0 hours of sleep. I promise you that, bro. And I'm not saying that y'all should be taking advantage of it, but it will happen. You've stayed up all night talking on the phone before, man, when the vibe is just, right or whatever, but he did the right thing. You can't stay up and talk to me for another 30 to an hour, and then she young too. That's the age when you drinking all night long and go straight to work the next day. Try that shit in your 30s, dude. See how that work out for you.
I can't take advice from guys with ugly wives. It's a weird bias I have, man. If you got an ugly wife, I'm not really trying to hear nothing you got to say about life. Because now you're going to have ugly kids. I know what's that. I know how that story ends. And they're going to have a more difficult time as well. You wouldn't take success advice from a person who looked homeless. Even if you was dropping jewels, you wouldn't take it seriously.
7 women. King Solomon advises that you need to stay far, far away from this kind of woman. Okay, let's get into it. There's a woman who does believe in God, but she's not listening to God for her decision making. She's making her own decisions about how she's going to live her life based on how it makes her feel. She's loud and rebellious. She about the nightlife. She never content to stay at home. She is shameless. Things that she should be ashamed of, she isn't. She's selfish. It's all about her. Faithless, meaning that she will leave you for the next man that's a more appealing option. She tells you what you want to hear. It says seducing with pretty speech. She's manipulative. She solicits herself. She's a seductress, one who entices man into sexual activity. Don't let your heart stray away towards her. Don't wander down her wayward path, for she has been the ruin of many. Many men have been her victims. Her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death.
Well, ugly is definitely something on a personal level. Ugly to you may not be ugly to him. But what I will say is this. You wouldn't listen to Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
What's poppin'? Don't mind me just watching. Don't mind me just watching. Don't mind me just watching. Don't mind me just watching.
And you know what the funny part is? You bragging about it, but 90% of those guys got it for free. You got one good soldier that's going to pay for it, and he's just going to distribute it to everybody else in the circle, and then it's going to catch like a fire, bro.
All right. I know, man. It hurt me, too.
I said that shit.
Come here, man.
One nigga could pay and just pay. Let your OnlyFans
It's
go for
spread like
$1
bad
less.
news. Nobody paying for that, Why would he?
I keep telling y'all I only cheat by accident. Like, just because I've been fucking you since June, like, now you're texting me that I went on a ramen date and I was cheating on you. How I was cheating on you? You never asked me to be. I can't get head from my friend. First of all, that's demonic.
I keep telling y'all, don't talk to women that do all this and all that. You're dating a masculine woman, bro. And when they be masculine like that, think about your guy who's the biggest man whore you ever seen in your life. Those women right there channel that same exact energy. They don't mind having a roster. They'll sleep with 2-3 men in the same day, which is very, very unnatural for a feminine woman to do. A feminine woman ain't gonna want multiple men at one time. That's just not how the world goes. One of these thoughts, Jezebels who grew up in Sodom and Gomorrah, they find that perfectly natural. But to a normal woman, they don't even want to be seen too exposed around people. Like, you're not going to see them with those dresses on that see through and the cheeks are exposed. You're not going to see them with the shirts where you can clearly see the areolas. You're not going to see that because that makes them uncomfortable. But a masculine woman has no problem in showing her ass cheeks outside. And y'all guys sometimes be with those women and y'all too young to realize that it could never work. It will never work.
Would you rather marry the first person you've ever slept with
or work at your first job forever?
I worked at Applebee's for my first job. Do I get to move up or do I have to be a service?
Nah, you gotta be right where you was at. Nigga, serve them half off apps, nigga. Yeah, you're not even thinking about the girl. The girl was trash.
Oh, well, it was my homeboy baby mama. Hey, don't judge me.
What? What do you mean?
I didn't know at first. And I was just chilling with her. She didn't tell me nothing until after the fact that he introduced me to it. I was like, whoa.
Did you tell him right away?
I don't think he knows.
Nah, you done, bro. You unloyal bitch.
Damn. I'm gonna leave just 'cause.